You know, for all the smack we talk about Square, we gotta give credit where it's due. But when they do something good, we gotta let them know. And this, I thought, was great. Not only did we finally get this Lena banner that we've all been waiting for, but they gave us exclusive content along with it, an extra LUFENIA Plus, which I'm very happy about. I was hoping that with the arrival of what has been euphemistically referred to by most of the community as garbage time, that we would get some stuff to maybe break up the impending monotony that's supposedly coming our way. And already it's early and they've done that. So hopefully they keep this up. I think that's great. It's also extra resources on top of it. So great stuff, great stuff. I'm a big fan. And I also like that this fight is 2 waves. Thought that was interesting. They're definitely selling Lena, obviously, but you don't need her for it. Aphmau Bartz is incredible for this. Emphasis on Aphmau Bartz, because I'm just going to dispel any questions right now. Anybody who's going to ask me, hey, I don't have green Bartz. Is this going to work? No, it's not going to work. You need green Bartz for this if you're going to run this team. Because green Bartz has the wind enchant. And otherwise, the Shaman in the second wave are going to absorb all of Sid Rain's attacks because they absorb magic attacks. Not resist, absorb. So, you're going to have to be careful. Bartz, however, does not care about that. Oh, they're also immune to... not these guys, again, the Shaman and the next... These guys go down easy. These guys aren't really anything to worry about. But the Shaman in the next wave are also immune to all forms of elemental imperil, which is why we are using the Kurasame call now and not later. I figure we'll just get through these guys as fast as possible and then tango with the Shaman in the next wave. This orb, I can't even... I read it and I can't even really describe it, but for lack of a better word, it's a battery orb. You have to have, I believe it's 30k on everybody in your party. And if that's the case, then the orb will pick up. It's probably a little more specific than that, but that seems to be the gist of it. And with the Bartz Burst effect, it's not really much to worry about. I did get Lena, though, for free, so it's a very good night for me. Very good night. The Shaman also like to put this debuff on you that completely cripples your damage, and they buff themselves in a way that completely cripples your damage as well. But luckily, Sid Rains can not only cleanse all of our debuffs, but dispel all of their buffs. So Sid Rains, with green Bartz, I can't stress that enough, is amazing for this fight. Without green Bartz, he's kind of useless. I mean, maybe you could find some other way to do it, maybe something else I haven't looked into, but it's that magic absorb. You have to get around that if you're going to bring Rains. Otherwise, you're screwed. It's that simple. They also auto-attack you at 3 separate thresholds. The standard one, 79, 49, 29. And they delay you too. So having some sort of protection is going to be ideal. I went with the Warrior of Light call and it worked out just fine. Normally I don't use that call. It is a very good call, but I tend to not use it much. But in this situation, it was the perfect fit. However, you can dodge it. They only delay you if they hit you with it. So something like a Kimari blind, where they're going to just automatically miss everybody, that could come in pretty clutch too. You got options for this, I'd say. Balthier is a very good character for this stage, especially given the fact that he got his rework. So he's actually doing damage now, which is very cool. But he's good at knocking off their buff and cleansing our debuff. So yeah, he's really good for this. Okay, one more should do it, and then we can actually see all the things that I've been talking about. Yeah, I didn't really comment much on this wave, because there really wasn't much to say about it. Get the hell out of my face. I don't want to waste time with these Malbros. You're awful, you're disgusting, you're the worst Final Fantasy enemy ever. I'm not gonna respect you. Speaking of annoying Final Fantasy enemies, oh! Fang's Lost Chapter, bad chaos memories for many, many people. and bad Abyss Perfected memories for many other people. Yeah, these things can be problematic, but as long as you know what you're doing when you go into it, it's not too bad. You just gotta be a little careful. Because this is the first time we've seen these things just auto-attack you. So, see, I called it a turn warp before. It's technically not a turn warp. I think I misused that. I call anything a turn warp that auto-attacks you, but I don't think it's technically a turn warp. So that's probably incorrect on my part. I think you know what I mean, though. So now it's really just about timing the threshold, which can be kind of difficult because Rains hits way too hard. You know it's good when the biggest complaint about a character is that they do way too much damage, and it's hard to it's hard to bring things down evenly with him sometimes because he just hits so damn hard. And that is not a con, that's a plus. Rains is amazing. I love Rains. He's one of the best characters I've ever invested in. Honest to God, he's so damn good. Like, not balanced at all. Like, I don't know why they gave this character everything amazing except for healing. That's like the only thing he doesn't do. Hey, look at that, Warrior of Light Call. We're all good. But now, see, that one on the right has this buff that cuts our damage by a lot. So it makes no sense to attack that one. It would make much more sense to attack this one on the left here, so that we can get him under that 79% threshold as well. Aphmau's hitting ones, which is standard practice. Yeah, see, look, 0 damage on the right. So that means we are going to swap again. This will absolutely get him under there. So then, oh, and that's perfect timing. Look, Rain's EX is now up. That's perfect timing. Ideally, you want to use Rain's EX when both of them have that buff up. I don't know what it's called. I didn't look. I don't remember. Well, I did look. I just don't remember. Might as well hit them both. Yeah, see? That ain't much. I know Aphmau doesn't hit that hard anyway, but she usually hits harder than that. Damn. But now we'll be okay. Yeah, you see that? Rains is a lot, but Rains is really good here for more reasons than just the damage. He deals with the orb, he deals with their mechanics. I'd say he's MVP here. If you have green Bartz. I cannot stress that enough. If you have green Bartz, Sid Rains is MVP here. I know someone is going to be like, my Bartz isn't green, is that going to be okay? I've already said it 3 times. If you asked that question, I know you didn't watch the video. Okay. You're going to be caught in 4K if you ask me, my Bartz isn't green, is that okay? You've been warned. My response to that question will just be straight up watch the video. I'm not going to... I already explained it all here. I'm not going to explain it again in the comments. It's like, what am I even doing here talking if I got to just type it out again anyway? Why'd you come here if you're not going to watch it? Okay, I'm yelling at people who might not even exist. Oh, man. I waited on that, too. I don't know if I needed to wait for the Brave Leak. Honestly, Brave Leak probably isn't even necessary, but again, there's no such thing as too much battery, so I decided to put it on there. They do cleanse off debuffs, though. Usually. I think that they cleanse off 1 debuff per threshold. So this way we already have another debuff on them. So when they get under this 49 one, they'll cleanse that other debuff and not Brave Leak, I believe. And the plan is we want to kill them before they hit us again at the 29 threshold. So I'm going to try to time it just right, where they're both at right about 30, and then get Aphmau out, go into the summon, bring in this Rains, and kill them before they hit us again. That's my plan here. Oh, another important thing to note that I probably should have mentioned way earlier, now that we're like 10 minutes in, I probably should have said this within the first couple minutes, but their orb is non-lethal. I don't know about the first wave, I don't know if that orb is, I'm not really sure. But I know this orb is non-lethal. Not to say it can't kill you, but it won't automatically kill you, is what I'm trying to say. So there's a little bit of grace there. So that's good. I bet Orin is fantastic here too. I know he doesn't really deal with a lot of their mechanics and stuff, but for other comps, I mean, if you're going to deal with this, to just hit them right back, I'm sure that's pretty nice. No surprise that Orin would probably be great, because Orin is amazing. So, yeah. Maria is also pretty good here. Prompto would probably be a lot of fun here too, come to think of it. You could just dodge all that stuff. Yeah, Prompto would be a great character for this, I bet. I haven't seen it done, but since this just came out, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were some Promptos running around on this stage. On paper, it makes sense, but I'd like to see it actually done. Yeah, I'm sure he'd be good. I don't see one. I don't know enough about Prompto, but from what I do know about him, he seems like he'd be awesome for this. See, it's like I'm trying to go over non-Lena options, but I think I don't want to just throw out percentages. I was about to say, I'm sure 99% of, I have no idea what the percentage is. I'm sure most people watching this probably pulled for Lena anyway, just because she's been very hyped up and a lot of people have been looking forward to her because she is really good. If I have time or interest, I may come back here with Lena, because I just got her stuff. I gotta like get her together and build her up and everything. It probably won't take long. I mean, I think I just gotta max the LD and put the boards in. That's about it. But maybe I'll do that. Maybe. With the holidays approaching, I might have less time to do stuff like that, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm taking it one day at a time. Okay, we are very close to summoning. Because what are you at? I believe you're at 31. 31. Okay. So Aphmau gets 2 free turns. You can just attack twice, and then you're out of here. You have served your purpose. You have done very well. Even when you were hitting ones, you were still doing damage. But it's time to go. Okay. If they don't die in here, then we're going to take damage. And the range I just brought in doesn't have a Warrior of Light shield. So they got to die in here. Otherwise, we're going to fail the HP requirement. Because the HP requirement is not very forgiving. It's only 5,000. Again, they're selling Lena. And Lena's all about that HP. So obviously, that makes sense, though, that they're going to make that HP requirement low. Given who they're trying to push. This fight, like, I definitely felt, you know, there is Lena bias, of course, but it's not so ridiculous to the point where it's, like, completely restrictive and you're screwed without her. All in all, I thought this one was good. I thought it was challenging enough, it was engaging enough, and it sold the character just enough. But not to the point where, yeah, I'm repeating myself. I was just about to rephrase the point I just made. I'm clearly trying to just fill up space with words until this is over. But I think I've said all that I need to say about it. We are close. 11 and 10. I think that's 10. I can't really tell because Bart's overhead buff is in the way. Come on, die. Die, 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 die. Okay, then. We got to do the range X because it's AoE, so that'll kill the one on the left, I believe. And it better kill you too. Yes, yes. All right. So, I imagine this team comp is going to be very popular on this stage because it's way too effective. So for those who didn't do this, what did you do? Thanks for watching.